Be a little more selective. Use that weight to value ratio. It's not the best choice, it's Spicer's choice. Okay, so this is the Botanical Lab.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
I'm just here to talk, Grace.
I don't know you.
Yeah, we
Whatever
haven't met
you're
yet.
looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals.
I am not.
Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Alright, thanks.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Sure, that's fair.
Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet.
I did kind of stumble
No, I'm
into it.
sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Oh, that's the kind of thing I can check out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent.
Where can I get a hat
Can't
like
imagine
this?
where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can.
Alright, Miss Romero.
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
Surely no one will mind a stranger doing the same.
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skills far as I could tell.
Maybe they just want to make more marauders.
Marauder gang just moved
As in,
into
make
the
her into a
districts little
marauder.
ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
Have you considered maybe that's how they're growing? Just people going and joining them?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Okay.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Nice to know even the people here are so friendly.
What is it?
So friendly. I mean, they don't have to be. They're a group that's being threatened with death by a corporate overlord.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Is this Stefan's place? Are you Stefan? Clearly not. Let's see here. Well, one of these houses has got to be Zoe's. Who are you? Oh, you're Stefan.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too.
All kinds of canid.
Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Alas.
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found.
Oh,
You
dang.
sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
I am not any type of corporate anything, I assure you of that.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics.
Of course.
Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. The other day, I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I
Wow.
was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
So I'm going to look in her room then and see what her journal's like.
Hey, I got time. I'll help if I can.
Did I? Okay.
Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Yes, you've mentioned the canid meat. It came up. Once or twice. Wow. A fancy handgun. A handgun that uses heavy ammo. I like that. A lightweight Spacer's Choice beanie. Cool beans. Alright, what can I offload onto you while I'm out here? So that I don't end up over encumbered again. I guess nothing much. Thug kit. I mean, these all might be good at some point. Okay. You can have all my junk. What's hiding in here, do you think?
Hey, that's against regulation.
Oh, sorry.
What do you think you're doing? Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
Where did he come from? I was not planning to make any trouble for this person. But boy, did they run in there quickly. Just gonna grab that. Okay, is this the hothouse over there? Which one of these is Zoe's house?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Zoe's journal? Okay, good. Okay, so we got a little bit of information about why Zoe ended up here. What? Okay, so I figured that was... I figured. You saw me figure it. So Zoe ran off to try and become Queen of the Marauders, which I am absolutely positive has gone fantastically well for her. I bet she's become Queen of the Marauders already. You again.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
You're a nosy guy, aren't you? I'm not stealing anything, I'm just looking. That's a lie, I'm stealing these things. Alright, what we got in here? Yeah, that's ominous. I need the ammo more than you do, NPCs, sorry. Someone's doing work in here. Alright. Password is Silent Spring. Okay, so this is Adelaide's stuff. Yeah. Okay, so you came out here, the soil's sour, do what you can. Powerful fertilizer. Okay. Desertion rates must be climbing. Really? So you just greens. Good for you. Well, I mean, that's possible. Oh, good for you. You did it. I just feel like I'm never going to have enough of those, so I'm taking them wherever I find them. What was happening here? Whose gold teeth are those? Excuse me? Whose gold teeth are those? I really need to know whose gold teeth those are before I make any further decisions about who's getting helped and who's getting gunned down. Ah, there you are.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you?
Oh, you remember.
When you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Certainly poetic.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Mick, could you maybe say more? So that I can,
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice. The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up.
Hooray!
The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Okay, you know, if it's working, I'm not gonna gainsay your expertise. I'm not a gardener.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile?
Well, come on,
Let's
let's...
hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific.
Oh boy, isn't he.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Who said I did?
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and
I can
toward
do
our
that?
end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I mean, I don't need to be a hero, but...
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
What?
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
But you're my friend.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear. Life in Edgewater grinds
I can
to a
ask about the
halt.
gold teeth.
The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Can you scale up?
Haven't you ever seen a novelty paperweight?
Not spattered with blood, come on.
Whatever absurd accusations you have churning about in your mind, I assure you I have heard them all.
Is this your rich natural fertilizer?
I did nothing wrong. The teeth were harvested from a body that went cold long before my tools ever touched it.
Yeah, but what are you using them
Gold does
for?
not decompose. The teeth had to be removed. And while I am no licensed dentist, I should think I did a fair job of it.
Ah. So I was right.
I cannot tell you how refreshing it is to converse with a rational mind. That's exactly right. Rot is necessary for life. A corpse is bursting with the nutrients a young sapling craves.
Yeah, I mean,
The
you're right.
crops I grow here are natural, nutritious, healthy. My garden does more than fill the bellies of my flock. It keeps them from falling ill. Do you see anyone ailing in my camp? Unlike the people in Edgewater, my flock don't fall sick with plague. I'd rather they learn to help themselves by leaving that dreadful town behind. The people in this camp all had the courage to walk away from the cannery, and you see how happy they are. The Vale's barren. Been that way for years. Soil's been sterile about as long as I can remember. All I did was follow nature's own way. Death is essential to life. When the spirit leaves the body returns to the earth from whence it came. What remains is a carcass moldering neath the soil. Decomposition is a natural process, essential to new life. All life feeds on other life.
That's true.
Oh, I don't know. If it was me, I'd be glad to volunteer. Keeping others alive, that'd be a beautiful gift to leave.
That's the spirit.
But none of the folk you used had a say. You didn't ask, ma'am. And what about my dad? I talk to his grave every Saturday. Is he even there?
Robert is just where you left him, dear. He died too long ago. By now, he's naught but a skeleton.
Okay.
Whatever you say, my dear.
I mean, I'm okay with her.
I'm listening. That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself.
No, it's seriously.
This is the old Botanical Lab in Emerald Vale, on Terra 2. By the look on your face, I'm guessing you're not quite following me.
Still
Are
not.
you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever. That sounds like fever talk, all right. So why am I tempted to believe you? Where
I
did
think
you say
you
you were
know.
from? Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Vale.
Like, it hasn't even been that long. And people have already forgotten all about this.
Oh dear, I see what's happening. You've been taking Adrena time. That stuff will burn right through your upper story.
I've not been
Leave you
doing that.
raving and babbling. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell. Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about the hope. Always believed it was just a story we told ourselves to keep our spirits up.
So you do
Listen,
remember.
don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about lost ships from decades past. You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board comes answering.
I see.
No, but the board may have reason to fear you.
Fair enough.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are. My dear, we are all visitors in a momentary universe.
You don't need to go on
Our
like
lives
this
flicker in
every
and out like
time.
the guttering of a flame. Here now, then gone. Me and mine are just carrying on as best we can, trying to live our lives in a way that does not feel wasted.
Okay.
More of the colony felt the way you did. We'd have ourselves a proper revolution.
So
I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
Companion perks. Wow. So, got some more points here. Let's see. Get that lockpick up a little bit more. Some more science. And then beyond that, I think another point in dialogue. We're getting there. Okay. There's my journal. Stranger in a strange land. Haven't botched any quests yet. Okay, so I have to go to the geothermal plant and choose which side to screw over, basically. So, perks for her. More health. More threat generation. I don't think I want that. Sneaky. Support engineering. I like that. Okay. So that was the only thing there. Good. So that's 110. What are her skills? Okay, so she has more range than melee damage. Yes, Leon knows time is almost up. Okay, so that's 7. This one's 9. There you go. You can wear the cool outfit. 120. 142. What just happened? Okay, there we go. And for your gun, you can take my backup pistol. There you go. Now we're ready.
Anything else I can do for you?
I think we're good. Alright, well, I'm not going to steal from that lady right in front of her. That would be mean. Also, I think she's doing some good stuff around here. And, yeah, I think I'm just going to take this, obviously. Save, and this will be the end of our time tonight. Wow, they have chickens here. Well, this place wins. So that's the end